Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Tom and welcome to my pre-race chinwag, my voice is going, for the 2024 Monaco Grand Prix. Roll intro. Hello everyone, hello Chad, Tina, Pelicans, Jay Oliver, Anonymous, Jonathan, Lachlan, Scotty, David, Ewan, Kev, Alvaro, GD. Welcome all. Thank you all for joining me here on YouTube live, of course. After the fact as well on all good audio only platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and of course after the fact also on YouTube. Make sure you like the stream and tell me how fraudulent my opinions are in the comments below. It's an open forum at the end of the day, right? I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. How are we doing, everyone? Matthew, Sava, Anonymous, Olivia, Cena, Owen, Darkman, Zach. Good to see you all. Welcome back. Let's talk Monaco, round 8 of the 2024 Formula 1 World Championship. Jamie, appreciate the love from down under, mate. Love it. Love it. What's up, Minton's dad? That's how I only identify as Minton's dad now. That's the only way we're doing this. Okay. Back in Monaco. Right, okay. Let's get a poll out early doors, right? Oh, my voice is a bit weird this morning. Oh, interesting. Hang on. Oh, YouTube. Right, you lot wouldn't know, right? But on the creator poll, it's changed. The interface has changed a bit. So I was like, have they added a 5th poll option? They haven't. They've just changed the way it looks. What's the point? Right. Do you rate the Monaco GP? This is always the first question. Is it a banger? Is it a clanger? And I can't give you a 5th option, which is absolutely in the middle. So small bang, mild clang. Are you a Monaco Grand Prix lover or hater? Banger or clanger? Where does it sit with you? This is always the kind of first thing we touch on every single year, isn't it? Every time we come to the south of France. Didn't actually realise. It was only when I was doing my research for my last video where I was talking about Le Castellet in 22, how close Circuit Paul Ricard is to Monaco. It's because that's in the southeast of France. Obviously, that's in France, not Monaco. It's a separate country entirely. Oh yeah, all of the colours have changed as well for the poles, and this is all on my end, so I don't know why I'm boring you with this information. 26% banger, 49 a small bang, 23 mild clang, 3% clang. Okay, so generally there's general positive sentiment here on the Tommo YouTube channel. Interesting. My hat's a bit wonky today. There we go, lovely. Right, so back in Monaco. Look, I've said this many a time before. I'm going to keep beating this drum, okay? I like Monaco, okay? I like that, with 24 Grand Prix in a season, you can have a race that is disproportionately more about qualifying than it is the race. Obviously, we saw last year, which we'll get into, weather play a big factor in how the race turned out, and it was chaos. But yeah, 24 races, I'm quite happy. I'm accepting of the fact that it's more about Saturday, and it's such an intense Saturday. Apart from when someone red flags a session, of course, that is always like a frustration. But it's all about Saturday. Sunday, you can still do a little bit with the pit stops, of course. There's a bit of strategy involved. I still think they should mandate a 2-stop just for Monaco. There is no reason why they couldn't. And I think to make it more appropriate for these cars, it would make it a better race. There is zero downside, in my opinion, of mandating a 2-stop around Monaco. That's just where I am with it. It would improve the spectacle. It would make strategy a bigger component. These cars, hopefully going to get a bit smaller in 2026. That's the plan. But even then, they're still going to be way too big for Monaco. We'll see. Time will tell. Thank you, David, by the way, for the super chat. Track is a banger. The cars are the clangers. Yeah, look, you say something about Imola as well. And its similarities to Imola are there for all to see. The punishment, especially with the gravel at Imola, severely punished if you make a mistake, just like in Monaco with the walls. And you can't really overtake. There's like one DRS zone you can't really overtake. It's a bit of a struggle. bit of an uphill battle. But yes, the environment it's in, it's historic. That is important, you know. I'm all for challenging the established convention, right? If I want to sound like an absolute twat, but I like Monaco. I want it on the grid. I did double Carhartt. It's one of those kind of days as a kid I had to double Carhartt. Sometimes you just got to do it, ain't you? 40% size reduction, J99. Look, that'd be lovely, but with safety standards and all that, I think we're way off 40% reduction. Don't get me wrong, it'd be lovely. I'd love that, of course. If they could guarantee this driver's safety in the same way that they can now and have the cars 40% smaller, perfect. Is that possible? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Right, so let's talk about last time then, shall we? What about last time? What a podium that is. Max Verstappen won the race. Fernando Alonso P2 could have, with one slight different change in decision making, could have been the win. He pitted for slicks when it was raining because he didn't think it was enough. The team, I don't know how much that was Fernando's call or the team's call, to be honest. And turns out that was the wrong choice. It was Inter. If anything, teams were thinking about full wets at the end. If Fernando had pitted for Inters when he came into the pits, he would almost have certainly won the race. Big what if moment, hence, I guess, the facepalm in the picture. And then P3, Esteban Ocon. Fantastic qualifying performance from him. He qualified 4th, didn't he? Or did he actually qualify 3rd? I can't remember. Obviously, we know about Max's final sector last year at Monaco in qualifying. The final sector of gods that closed the gap because Fernando had about 2/10 on him. Yes, you are late, Halita. How dare you? How dare you? No, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. That's it. Charles Sturb got his penalty. Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh, Charles. Oh, Charlie boy, what are you playing at? But yeah, no, it was Ocon was batting off Sainz left, right, and centre in the race, wasn't he? Sainz was desperate for that podium place, but Esteban held on in the end. Great drive from him. And yeah, it was one of those Monaco. It was anything but boring because of the rain, and it came on like it came like 2/3 into the race. Did the rain? So yeah, you know what? Good race last year. I'm not sure. Does anyone know in chat what the weather's looking like? Let me have a little quick Goog as well. Weather Monaco. Okay, it's looking like it's probably going to be dry. Precipitation this is according to Google Weather. It's like 20% chance on Friday, 20% chance. No, is it 20% chance or is that just 20%? It doesn't look like it, but who knows? Any meteorologists out there can let us know. Yeah, looks pretty dry for the weekend. Yeah, I think it will be a dry. I think it will be a dry weekend, but will it be a dry race in terms of like dry and dull and boring? I hope not. I hope there's something. If you just mandate a 2-stop, just change the rule just for Monaco. Anyway, right. Let's have a look at the driver standings, shall we? After 7 of 24 races, not even a third of the way through the season. This will be 8 of 24 Monaco. Max leads, of course, by 48 points over Charles Leclerc, who's then 6 ahead of Perez, and Perez is 6 ahead of Norris. Norris is 8 ahead of Sainz. Now, of course, in my last video, I was talking about how I believe there is a championship fight now. Absolutely. You know, Ferrari upgrades. They've got a new rear wing as well. I saw on Twitter this morning, Albert Fabrega posted that Ferrari have a new rear wing. There is optimism. That car, that engine is good. Accelerates very well. Very good in that initial phase is that Ferrari engine, which again plays into Monaco. Oh, I don't know. I can't help myself but get very excited for this qualifying because I think this qualifying is lining up to be an absolute worldie. It was a worldie last year. It set a very high standard, didn't it, last year? I think it's going to be good. But yeah, they're the driver standings as they stand. And team-wise, again, Red Bull got a bit of a gap to Ferrari, but not insurmountable. Yeah, Perez had a bit of a. Oh, he had. It was last year, wasn't it? He crashed in Q1, right? I'm sure it was Q1 where Perez put it in the wall last year, because then he qualified obviously down towards the back, and his race was very, very messy. He obviously needs to make sure not to do the same this year. And at the end of the day, I think, the drivers who will excel here are the ones with confidence. Confidence is absolutely everything. Even if you've got a deficit in car performance, if you're in a slightly slower car but you have more confidence in said car than the person next to you has a slightly quicker car but less confidence, you're winning out confidence all day around Monaco. Slapped it into the wall. Couldn't have bet myself, David. Yeah, that was, especially from a Q1, that was just, I remember that one just thinking, Checo, man. Like, if you do that in Q3, you know what? Game's the game. Like, you've gone for it. But you don't do that in Q1. You don't do that in Q1. No confidence at Aston Martin, it seems. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, it's, the drivers who have complained about confidence most, I feel like, are the ones that are going to really come unstuck here this weekend in Monaco. But yes, predictions time. Who do I think will perform? Who do I think will not? Well, you should know, chat, right? Because I may have spoiled who I think is going to win the race this weekend in my last video. So I'm going to let you remind me, which would be quite funny if literally none of you say the name, because that would mean none of you watch the video. How dare you? Yes. Bavani, well done. You were the first. Charles Leclerc is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. The 2024 Monaco Grand Prix. He's going to do it. He's going to break the hex. Okay? Lando broke the no-wins hex. Charles will break the Monaco hex. It's going to happen. It has to happen eventually. And this weekend is that weekend. Tuna, were you first? Nah, Bavani got there before you, Tuna. Bavani got just. Look, we've been trying to not jinx Charles for years now, and he's always ended up in the wall or whatever, right? This is the year Charles Leclerc delivers. That Ferrari around Monaco will be exceptional, and he will deliver pole position, and he will deliver the win. Because he will always be he would also be banger driver. I'm giving it both to Charles, I'm going all in. I am Monegasque. I am Monegasque like Oscar Piastri, in fact. Oh, Adrian, thank you. Very kind with the super chat. Come on, Charles. Adrian, mate, listen. And they're Aussie dollars as well, so I know you'll be up late watching Monaco, but it'll be worth it. Don't you worry, right? It's a done thing. It's a done deal. There is no way. There is no possibility that Charles does not win this race. It's the only acceptable opinion and acceptable outcome, Leclerc will be adopted into a Monegasque royal family if that happens. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been already, to be honest, Luke. It's happening. It's done. All right? It's already a given. So race winner Charles Leclerc. Banger drive Charles Leclerc. Clanger drive. I've gone with Zhou Guanyu. He's been struggling relative to Valtteri this year. That Sauber doesn't seem to be anywhere. He doesn't seem to be... I mean, neither of them are particularly happy, right, with the car, but I don't know. I'm just not expecting anything from Zhou this weekend. Banger team. Ferrari. Grazie ragazzi. Of course. Charles Leclerc's going to win. Sainz. Where's Sainz going to finish? I could see Sainz struggling, actually. I feel like this won't be a Sainz weekend. That's my feeling. Adrian again. Jeez. Adrian, stop being so generous. But you're in Perth, right? Nice. Race starts at 9 p.m. What a touch that is. What is the time difference between Perth and like Melbourne and Sydney and that? It's like a few hours, isn't it? Something like that. But enjoy the race. Enjoy the guaranteed Charles Leclerc win, Adrian. Right? You know it's coming. Perth doesn't equal Western Australia. I know, but it's, most of you in Western Australia are in Perth, aren't you? Come on. And then finally, Clanger team, 3 hours. Nice. Sauber, because they're rubbish over a lap. And if you're rubbish over a lap, then you're doing nothing in Monaco. So, yeah. Look, there's no that I can't gas it up this much. It's not possible for me to gas it up this much and therefore jinx Charles. Like I feel like if you over gas it, it actually comes full round, goes full round, and then easy. Okay, so those are my predictions. Your predictions. Well, this is the problem with posting these things on Twitter, okay? Because we got 3,306 votes. So when I looked this morning, I was like, what happened? Why is there so many? Usually I'll get about, sometimes I don't even get 1,000 votes. Sometimes, 2,000 if I'll give it enough time, two and a bit. 3,000. I'm like, something's not quite right here. And then I realised, oh wait, which I should try and change on the polls actually, because I think you can see what other people have voted. Like you can see at the end when you've done your votes how everyone's voted, I think. Or maybe you can see it as you go. I'm not sure. I can't actually remember. But either way, 31% of the vote, Esteban Ocon. Which, you know what, like, listen, P3 last year, unreal qualifying lap in an Alpine. All right, everyone gassed up Max's, but Ocon was within like a tenth of Max. Okay. It's at the end. Okay, fair. But still. See previous responses, yeah. I'm not sure if the hardware will facilitate this result for Esteban, given where Alpine are, but they are improving. So, and he has won before, so you know what? Maybe it makes sense. 24% Nico Hulkenberg, love that. He's a one-lap merchant. He's great in the race, don't get me wrong, but he's so good over a lap. So yeah, back in that, and then 19%. Charles Leclerc, 14% Max Verstappen. So there is more believers in Charles than there are in Max. See, look, I'm not the only one. We are not alone. We are not alone. If Ocon wins now, I will do something. I don't know what. I will do something. Because when you say something on the internet, it's out there forever. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. 31's his driver number. Whoa, David. Whoa. Oh my god. Right, it is. That's a fact. Something unspeakable. So race winner Esteban Ocon, 31% of the vote. Banger drive, Esteban Ocon, 35% of the vote. 27% Kevin Magnussen. K-Mag. No, what is good is Ocon win. Ocon win. Magnussen P2, Hulkenberg P4, Albon P3. It's happening. This is why I can't trust Twitter, can I? Listen, maybe you're right, but I don't think you are. Clanger drive, Banger drive, Ocon 35%, 27% Magnussen, 11% Leclerc, 8% Piastri. Piastri's a good shout, actually. Over a lap, he's right up there with Lando now. Seemingly, he's right up there with Lando. So if you can hook it up, we know Qatar Sprint, he can hold off the pressure of a charging Max Verstappen. I think if you get Oscar on pole without some stupid penalty for, Monaco for qualifying, don't be surprised if people get grid drops for blocking. But yeah, I could see Oscar. Oscar could deliver. I mean, Oscar, I think, would deliver if he put it on pole, but that's a big ask. Right, so Clanger drive, you've gone Lewis. 46% of the vote for Lewis. 18% Ocon, 6% Perez, 6% Ricciardo. I feel like, Lewis has been in the races, better than, even though George has got that quali pace over him, and that's the thing, right? At Monaco, even though Lewis has been demonstrating better race pace than George, I think these last kind of few races, if George is going to, based on what we've seen, it's going to, George is going to qualify ahead of Lewis, and that's probably how it's going to finish with him ahead. So, yeah, we'll see. Banger team next. 29% Alpine. I don't know. Will Ocon change seat? You know, will he jump into Sargent's Williams and win the race? Maybe. I don't know. I don't see it. I just think this is chaos. 19% Ferrari, 18% Aston Martin, 17% McLaren. Roo. Thank you for the super chat. Sleepy Piastri for the win. And I see them Aussie dollars. Sleepy Piastri for the win. These predictions are the most cursed predictions. I don't know what happened. Whoever's responsible for this, well done. It's good entertainment. But you lot are on something. I want some. Whatever you're on, I want some. Finally, Clanger team, 31%. Aston Martin. That's fair. That is fair. I was there on Sunday for the race, watched the race at Aston Martin headquarters. Obviously not a great weekend for them. Did get a brief look into the old, what do they call it when they've got their set up at the factory? The race support team, whatever it's called. That was very interesting. And yeah, there was just a test session for Alonso. Look, hopefully they've found something, but ultimately, you know, again, this Grand Prix is testing confidence above all else. So are we really going to see the value of Alpine upgrades? Aston Martin upgrades? It's going to be hard, isn't it? It's going to... Esteban embracing his inner panis. I thought you said something else there, yeah. Oh, his inner panis. Love it. Right, so they're your predictions. They're your cursed predictions. Those are my completely reasonable Charles Leclerc predictions. So finally, predictions are done. McLaren Senna tribute this weekend. Obviously, McLaren had merchandise out last week that was red and white. A lot of anticipation we were going to get a red and white livery for this race. But no, instead, they've taken their base design, which, again, you are restricted as a team to how much you can change of your livery. But McLaren know this, and they're compositionally, the elements are all there that are in the current car, like in the normal papaya car, but they've just changed the colours. So it feels like a completely different livery, but you're allowed to just change the colours. You can't change the actual design. There's a limit to how many of the design elements you can change. Like fundamentally, the composition. But colour-wise, it's very different. Very different. Yellow car on the grid, not seen that. When was the last time we had a yellow car on the grid? So, you know, Benetton in the 90s. Am I forgetting a really obvious team here? The race looks like a Red Bull. Oh, yeah, Renault, of course. Banger as well. Banger, I loved that Renault back in the day. It was very, very yellow from the front, very black from the side. It's lovely. So I've had time to kind of sit on this, and I want to know, right? Well, what do you think? What do you think, chat? Do you? Oh, I can't type. What do you think? All in caps. Of the McLaren livery. Is it a banger? Is it a clanger? Is it a small bang? Is it a mild clang? Apologies to any audio only, but you know that's just the game's the game, isn't it? Right. What do you think? Poll is live. What do you think of the McLaren Senna tribute livery? And I think, you know what, as a tribute to Ayrton, like, they've gone all in, and I respect that, right? Because Ferrari with the blue kind of half-assed it a little bit. You know, the suits were great, the blue suits were great, but then on the car, like, it was always you always felt like Ferrari, you know, they're never gonna actually ditch the red, even just for a one-off race, because it's a colour they're synonymous with. And I think with McLaren, obviously, yes, papaya in recent years, but they only rebranded to papaya in what, 2018? I don't know, around that kind of time, didn't they? Obviously, the historic McLaren that many of us remember, like kind of my age, it's the chrome McLaren. You know, you go back further than that, and it was the red and white. You know, it's not like they've had this consistent one colour throughout their history, unlike Ferrari. So I get that to an extent as to why we didn't get that fully from Ferrari, but I'm glad that McLaren, whatever you think of the livery aesthetically, they've gone all in. They've done the race suits as well. That kind of angled cut, because again, that is a McLaren suit design thing. I really don't like the suits, to be honest. But it's not so much because of the colours. I think it's just because I don't like the McLaren suits with the angled cut through them. I just think, but I get why it's there because there's an angled cut on the car, right? I understand. I just aesthetically, it's not my cup of tea. But yeah, right. What we saying in the poll? 481 of you voted. 56% think it's a banger. 31% small bang. 9 mild clang. 4% clanger. So generally speaking, you are very, very much very positive about it. Again, for me, a great tribute. I'm glad they've done the whole thing. They've not half-assed it. They've just gone all in. But purely as a livery in isolation, without any of the attachment to Ayrton, and not my cup of tea, to be honest. It's cool seeing a yellow car back on the grid, and it's really going to stand out for sure. I mean, the papaya always stands out anyway. But in isolation, it's not really my cup of tea, to be honest. But yeah, exactly. Like you say, Ian, and Pondon as well. Big up Pondon. Start streaming Pondon. I swear to God, I'm gonna slap you. Like it's his colours. When I did my video with Lando and Oscar, he wanted a green and gold livery, and I mean this yellow's pretty gold. I'd say that's very gold actually. So if Oscar's gonna win. If Oscar, that would actually be sick. If Oscar won this weekend in this livery, wearing those overalls, that would just feel right. Karina, Subway ass livery. Oh no. No, you shouldn't have. Oh, Karina, why did you say that? Oh no. That's that. Oh, it's hard to unsee that now. Subway. Oh dear. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Subway livery. Yeah. Look, again, great tribute. No doubt. Like the sentimental part of it, great. 10 out of 10. But just as a livery in isolation, not my cup of tea. But it will stand out. That's for sure. Norwich livery. Oh dear. Let's stop this. Let's stop this slander. But yeah, there you go. That's kind of it. I think we're done. It's bang on half hour. Anything else, chat, that we haven't we haven't covered over? Anything else that we've missed? Any news? Any? Don't think there's really been best tribute livery only after the Red Bull's white Honda one. That Red Bull white livery for Japan is one of my favourite liveries of all time. I absolutely love that livery. It's just the Red Bull livery with like white as a base colour instead, but I don't know, just with the text changes as well on it. Unreal. That is my cup of tea, that Red Bull one. Thank you, Gladiator, for the super chat, by the way. Oscar to become the fourth Aussie to win Monaco in the green and gold. He's been a beast last 2 races. He has, and he's had some bad luck. So it's about time he had some luck in his favour. Andretti are still pursuing. There's been. I can't actually remember what was the news regarding Andretti. I can't actually remember off the top of my head, but it's like it's moved up again to like, is it something like Supreme Court-esque or something? I'm not actually sure. So it's something along those lines. Oh, and they've signed Pat Simmons as well. Pat Simmons is joining Andretti Global, which is pretty big. So, Justice Department, that's it. Yeah. So that's pretty. That's big. That is big. That is big for sure. No question. Oh yeah, and obviously we got a few special edition helmets, didn't we? Let me get. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll get. We'll have a quick look at obviously Oscar and Lando's special edition helmets. Let's get a little screen share of our Twitter going. So just for the you can't see anything. Hello, I'm in the corner. Hello, I'm up here. Good day. And then McLaren, and then it's just this, so it's nice and cropped for the video. Go and drag that down, and then we got. So we've got here's Oscar and Lando posing with the car, very nice. Love this Senna text, by the way. That font's really cool. I really like that font. And I really like the, they've used the old school McLaren font down here as well. That's really nice. Like those nice little touches. Showing off. Yeah, it's just this angled cut with the two, I just don't like it. It's just not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Here's Lando with his little helmet. Here we go, love it. That helmet's quite cool. That helmet is quite cool. And Oscar with his little polo. Nice. And go, yeah, there. So this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Well, I like what Lando's done here with his lid. That is cool. That is decent. He's got his kind of, again, you're looking at your base design. He's got his base components to his design here, but he's got that chrome in. I think this is really, really well executed. And this is a Miles MDM design special as well. So big up Miles. Very good. Yeah, I like this. Like this a lot. Very good. Oscars as well. Oscars feels like a Lewis helmet, doesn't it? It really does feel like a Lewis Hamilton helmet, this one. But yeah, no, it's cool. I like it. It works really well. I'm not a massive fan of the colour palette on Oscar's base helmet. I don't think he's... I think he needs to find like a colour or a colour combination to... I'd like it to have a bit more identity. It just feels like quite a generic helmet. John Deere McLaren. Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Hamilton. It's good. It's good. Well done. No, I'm happy with them lids. Not so keen on the livery, but that's just my opinion of the livery in isolation as a livery. It's a great tribute to Ayrton. Cool. Right, I think we're done. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate you all taking the time wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to like the stream on YouTube and get in the comments. Tell me what you think of the McLaren Senna livery and who's putting it on pole. I am genuinely in full belief that Charles Leclerc will get pole this weekend. I think he has the car now. He has the car. He has the talent. He's the only driver to not finish any lower than P4 all season. So he has the consistency. I don't think there's... I don't think there's an excuse for him to not start now delivering this. I think in Monaco... New rear wing as well. I'm fully backing Charles this weekend. Don't get me wrong. It's Max is going well. Both McLarens are going well. Alonso, I feel like the Aston's just not there now. Even if he pulls out a worldie. I mean Ocon. Who knows? Maybe. Thank you, Matty, Profound, Lewis, Jackson, Alvaro, FH4, Mia, Avkid, Plug, Nathan, George, James, Olivine, Tim, Sense, Jude, Ian, Arters, Defiant One, Flying Spy, Sunshine, Bass, Keegan, Fredista, Ryan, Anonymous, Alex, Kappa, Dimmy, Jamie, Fury, Nico, Luca. Don't read my username. Well, I did. Okay? I did it. Thank you all for joining me wherever you are in the world. My name's Tomo. Thanks again. Have a good one. Arrivederci, as Zach Brown would say. Goodbye, everyone.